Hello, good evening, everyone. This is my topic tonight. I don't want an episiotomy, and what prompted me to talk about this today is that I saw a lot of patients today in the clinic that said exactly that. I don't want an episiotomy. We were discussing birth plans and consent forms late in the pregnancy, and this is probably the number one thing that I hear, which I want to explain, what is an episiotomy and why is it done? And maybe that helps everyone understand a little bit better why we even talk about it and why they may become necessary. So an episiotomy is an emergency measure, and that's the only time it should be used, at least in the birthing culture, in the birth community that I work in. So in an emergency, such as, mom is pushing and baby is, close to coming out, and all of a sudden the baby's heart rate drops to below what anyone feels comfortable with, and it remains there, and despite mom's pushing effort, baby is not coming out. In that instant, the midwife would help by cutting an episiotomy, a small little incision, to make the vaginal opening a little bit bigger, to expedite birth, to safely deliver the baby. And that pretty much is the only circumstance that I see this done. So it's not something that is done out of convenience because we don't want to push anymore with you, or we want to make the time quicker, or we want our repair that we need to do afterwards easier, because an episiotomy, quite frankly, can be easier repaired than a natural occurring tear sometimes. So truly the reason why we even talk about it is that, in the event that a baby needs to come out quickly in an effort to potentially save the baby's life is when we do an episiotomy. Alternatives to that would be a vacuum-assisted birth, forceps-assisted birth, or a C-section, none of which are done as quick as an episiotomy, because it always, means that we have to call our physician on call to the bedside. They need to do the forceps or vacuum-assisted delivery, and of course the C-section is not something that a midwife will ever do on their own, if you even have an operating room available. Because if you're in the outpatient setting, like at home or at the birth center, none of these things are an option, and this is where episiotomy can be quite the lifesaver for our babies. And so when I hear I don't want an episiotomy, I definitely want to make sure that everyone understands that it actually is something that is only done in a true emergency to save you and your baby's life. The end. So it is not something done that is, maliciously to hurt you or out of convenience. I can honestly say that in the 10 years that I have been a midwife, I have done 4. And that is, of the probably by now 1,000 babies that I helped come to this world, not a very big number. And I think that is very true for most of my colleagues, most of my midwifery colleagues. And I hope this video helped a little bit to understand that and erase a little bit of that fear around episiotomies, and help you understand that it's actually not a terrible thing to have in our back pockets in the event that we need to help. I hope you liked this video. Send me questions if you have any about this topic, and I will help you answer. Have a good night.